Hello and welcome to Divine Resolution Tarot. This reading is a one card reading for those of you who have not seen one of these yet. I shuffle a deck, I pull one card, and I tell you everything that I see. It can be pertaining to anything, so I'll just give you all of the messages that come through. If you're in need of a personal reading, my information is in the description box below. All right, that's a good card. You got the Queen of Cups, so let's talk about it. It feels like the energy that's coming from this in regards to you is that you are probably focusing a lot at this time on your surroundings, your environment, possibly yourself. You could be going through some sort of transformation in your life at this time where you're beautifying yourself, upgrading your home in some area or some way. This is the energy of being very focused on following your bliss, making sure that things are like aesthetically pleasing around you. For some of you, it seems like you've been separated from your feminine energy. So perhaps you've been going through a period of like having to make a lot of executive decisions or focusing on a lot of like daily tasks, making sure things are getting done, perhaps like running your household. And so you've been in kind of this masculine energy of decision making and taking action. And it looks like now you're moving into a space where you're able to kind of reap some of the rewards of the action and the work you've been doing. Some of you could be taking a vacation towards the end of the month or starting to plan some sort of like retreat for yourself. This is nice because I feel like with you having been so much in the energy of like problem solving and having to deal with some pretty big things, this is where you take a step back and you start allowing other people to pick up the slack, whether that's in relationships or it could be that you live with a group of people and maybe you're like, you know what, I've done my part. I'm going to let everybody else start doing the chores or whatever, right? You're kind of stepping into this role of allowing yourself to receive. So that's really good energy for you. Now, it's very possible there could be someone that is helping you with this. So I don't know if this is like a mentor, could be someone in your physical environment, but this could also be like a coach or someone that you follow online, even. It could be like you follow an influencer who does like day in the life videos or get ready with me videos. And you could be assessing your own routine and thinking that you need to make more time for yourself or more time for your appearance. There's an energy here for some of you where it's almost like you want to do some sort of procedure because there's something about yourself that it feels like you don't like, and you're viewing it as being a hindrance to attracting new love. So this could be a spiritual procedure where maybe you want to do like a cord cutting ceremony, or this could be like some sort of like surgical, like plastic surgery, liposuction, some kind of like a tummy tuck, or what is the other one, like gastric bypass. It's like there's something that you feel like is hindering you from attracting the kind of partner that you want. Now, for those of you who are not looking into doing some kind of procedure, this could just talk about you being ready for love and realizing that there's things in your life that you are keeping or that you have that don't make it so that you have space for someone new, right? So perhaps going back to what I was seeing was trying to like beautify your environment. And some of you could be looking into like feng shui, right? Like how do you attract a partner energetically through feng shui? Or how do you attract a partner energetically through like manifestation, right? Like, oh, empty a drawer so that you are creating the energy of space for someone to come into your life. For others of you, this is as simple as like you have an old tattoo of someone's name and you need to either get it lasered off or covered up. And so you're like thinking about that, right? Now, as far as money, this one's a little tricky because it feels like you have money for things you want and you have money to be comfortable, but there's some sort of underlying fear here. It could be for a few of you, you would like to expand your family, so you're reassessing your career at this time. Because if you don't have children, you could be thinking about, like, how would I pay for kids? Or if I meet the love of my life, do I have the debt to income ratio that's attractive? There's something along those lines where you're looking at your finances and you're trying to assess if you've built the kind of life financially that allows you to have a life you love outside of your finances. There's also something here about your career where it feels like you have imposter syndrome of some sort. You have some sort of gift, I'm seeing, and it's part of your life's purpose, actually, but it seems like you keep it hidden either for fear of judgment or fear that it's almost like it's so sorry if you can hear the rainstorm going on outside, there's thunder. um it's almost like it's so apart from who you are or what you show to the world, right? So you might have like kind of this tougher exterior, but then your gift is like Reiki or energy healing or medium work. There's something where it's almost like you're trying to figure out how you can use your gifts, but it doesn't coincide with your persona. And so I feel like the universe is starting to work on you, right? Make you soft, make you softer. For some of you, you've just been through so much that even though you have the gift of like providing wise counsel, maybe you seem like the kind of person that people couldn't approach, right? Because you're like exterior, or you put off like this energy of being unapproachable, or like, oh, if I talk to this person about my problems, they've been through so much, you're just gonna think I'm silly. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's something here where, as far as your career, you're supposed to be moving into some sort of like either artistic or spiritual or healing modality, but there's a lot of anxiety around how it would be received if you started doing that thing, and what you would have to give up or how you would have to shift to perhaps fit into the community that does whatever that is, right? So that's kind of what I'm seeing as far as money. I'm not seeing anything bad. Any worries that you have, it looks like you actually are very creative. So if you can sit in that feeling of like, I need to figure this out, and then set the intention of receiving an answer to your problem, it looks like by the end of this month or next month, you would have several ideas about how to generate income that would solve whatever these worries are. And these issues look pretty minor, so it's not anything big, right? As far as your environment or your love life, it looks like somebody is viewing you as being the person that they would love to have a life with. This is like the total package energy, in the sense that Queen of Cups, whether you're male or female, really exudes this air of like luxury almost. And I know that you might be saying, like, it's not pentacles. That's not what I mean. If you are familiar with any of the women that like people have gone to war over, like Helen of Troy, or, not so much a damsel in distress, but just like the person that everyone wants, right? And they could have their pick of anyone because they're so beautiful or special. This is how someone views you. And so they have a lot of fears about approaching you. There's someone in your environment, it's almost like they think you could have anyone. And so they feel that the offer they could give you isn't enough. They feel like you're not interested in them, or you're not paying attention to them at this time. And this really, really bothers them. They spend a lot of time thinking about who you're with, what you could be doing. For some of you, if this person has a way to watch you, they do. But what's really interesting about the energy that's coming from this is that it's almost like they make a lot of assumptions about you, but they don't know you, or they haven't spoken to you, like really sat down and talked to you in a long time. So it's like if they can see anything about you at this time, they add their own like um energy to what they're seeing, right? If they see you like online, maybe somebody comments on a post you have or like something you share and they see it, instead of them thinking like, oh, maybe they're just friends, they think, oh my gosh, they're with them, they're spending time with this person, they're falling in love with this person is treating them how I should. But the person who seems to be kind of obsessing and ruminating over you, they're really stuck. So I can't tell if they're in a relationship of their own or if they just have like so many insecurities that they feel like they can't come towards you, because this person really puts you on a pedestal, whether you know it or not. And so it's almost like maybe energetically you're unaware of it, like mentally, but energetically you're picking up on the energy that this person is putting into you. And it's actually making you like want to fix yourself up or to elevate your life in some way, because there's someone that, from what I'm seeing here, it's like they're thinking about you so much morning, noon, and night that they're just sending all of this energy of like admiration. And it feels like, whether you know it or not, that's actually playing a role into your desire to like get ready to have a partner or to start being more in alignment with your life's purpose, because this person views you as already being all those things. And so, as far as advice, something to be cautious of is who are you keeping around you, right? Simply because this one person being so fixated on you and looking at you as being a specific thing, that actually is affecting how you're moving. And so if this person is at a distance from you, something you might want to consider is like, how do the people that are with you every day view you, right? And how does that affect your energy? Because with you being so intuitive, whether you're aware of it or not, it's almost like you pick up on people's excitement for things, and you can't tell that from your own excitement, right? Um, I had a situation like that a very long time ago where a woman was telling me she was going to school to be a doctor, right? And I suddenly got so excited. I started looking into like med school. I had all these ideas about being a doctor. And like it lasted for like a week off of this one conversation. And then I had to check myself, like, I hate hospitals, right? I would never, like, what the hell? But it's because if you're very like highly empathic or intuitive, you can feel people's thoughts, their feelings, and their passions so strongly that it's really hard to separate those from your own, right? It's very hard to even like realize this is not my feeling. This is not something that I feel. I'm picking up on this from someone, you know, down the block or someone that I spoke to briefly. And because they were so committed to whatever this was, it rubbed off on me, right? So, as far as advice, just be mindful of your own environment, be kind of protective, I'm seeing here, because I'm not saying you have people who dislike you, but it does look like there's people who will either view you in a negative light that are in your immediate environment, or they have a tendency to like gossip about you or kind of throw dirt on your name. And I feel like you could unintentionally pick up on those energies. So if you've been feeling like down, or if you do go through bouts of like depression, perhaps try to take a step back and just figure out whether or not that's your energy. Like, when did I get here? How did I get here? And then you might realize, like, oh, well, I spoke to my aunt, you know, the other day, that one that always gossips about everybody or never really has anything good to say. And now I'm feeling bad about myself, even though she didn't say anything about me. You know, you probably are energetically picking up on some of this. It's almost like gossip, or people who have like a negative perspective about you. And really it's just a projection of how they feel about themselves, right? You're somebody that, I don't think you realize how people view you, you know, maybe because you live inside of your own mind. but people see you as really being just like this beautiful or handsome person that has like an unlimited abundance of love to give or happiness to experience, or all kinds of talent. You're so creative, you're so gifted, and that really gets under people's skin, right, if they don't feel that way about themselves. So just be mindful. I am seeing that you're protected here. I don't know if an ancestor did some kind of like protection ritual for like the generations to come, or if your spirit guides are just very protective of you in this life because of your purpose. So you very much are protected, right? But it feels like when you get in these bouts of depression, it's because your crown chakra gets blocked from absorbing so much of the negative energy around you. There's people who they're just very depressed. They're stuck in their lives. They're kind of waiting on your downfall, whether they tell you or not. Every time you win, for some reason, it really agitates some of these people, right? So just be careful of that. Outside of that, that's everything that I'm seeing for you. So this is your one card reading. I will speak to you again soon. In the meantime, take very good care of yourselves, and thank you for checking out my channel. Bye.